Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, I thought I would film another sit down video because guys, I have just been on this channel vlogging. I've done a couple little sit down videos, but I feel like you guys really need to understand the origin of this channel and who I am and why I've decided to start a YouTube channel at this specific moment in my life. So that's exactly what we are going to do, because I was literally in my bed and I was watching a TikTok and it was literally talking about how this generation, you can't be telling people that they're going to go to hell because they're already living in hell. And I was like, yo, let me come up on my YouTube channel, my safe space, and tell you guys exactly how God saved me from my one-way flight to hell. Where do I even start? I gave my life to Christ in January of 2023. I remember it distinctly. I was literally in my bathroom in uni on the toilet, depressed and sad because I was man obsessed. Uni was flopping. I hated my life. I was literally on the toilet and I just felt this presence, and it was not like a scary presence. It was like a very familiar presence, and I just knew that that was God. But guys, it wasn't the perfect story of I found God and then life was great. Actually, no. So I found Christ in January again for myself. And I feel like before that I had like little seeds in my life of New Year's resolution, strengthen my relationship with God, and I never did. So I ended up getting into a relationship that same year, and I thought this was my forever relationship because it was my first boyfriend. I was like, oh my gosh, yay, I'm so happy. We're gonna, have Christ at the center of our relationship. But guys, it was not that whatsoever. And that relationship drastically ended. And I remember I was literally delusional for 6 months. And that relationship literally drew me further and further and further and further away from Christ. And I know that now just because of where I am 2 years later. So once I got out of that relationship, that whole summer, to be honest, the rest of 2023 was horrible. I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I was so depressed. I hated my job. I didn't want to do anything. And literally all I had was God. And I remember the beginning of 2024, I just felt a shift. I had lost a lot of weight. I started to feel better. I ended up making a lot of friends. It was great. The Lord had really transformed my life, but I still had something missing. And that was that relationship with Christ for myself. And I remember I decided that I wanted to take my TikTok seriously, and I was very much on TikTok, not preaching the word, but I was very vocal about God on my platform. And I just went through a phase where I just didn't want to do it anymore. And I was like, this, I don't want to do it. This is not it. I don't want to do this. This doesn't feel real. I just felt like massive imposter syndrome. And that is when I realized, yes, I've experienced God, but I'm in such a rush to share it with other people that I'm not absorbing it for myself. Because for me, I am the biggest advocate of, if I am going to preach to someone about the goodness of God, my life has to back up what I'm saying. My life needs to be a testimony when I'm not directly giving a testimony. So I literally went back to the drawing board in 2024, and I was still very much living in sin, guys. I was still a lukewarm Christian. I was outside. I remember I was defo at recess. I'll probably insert some clips. You got niggas, and I got bitches. You got niggas. I was at recess. I was outside. I was going to events. I was still talking to people I shouldn't be talking to. Your girl was not who she is now. I didn't love myself. It was not it. And I was still depressed because I was still leaning on my own understanding because I did not know what true surrender meant in 2024. But, habits were being formed. My playlist changed a little bit. But guys, when I tell you the music I was bumping in 2024, if my ears were to hear that now, I'd be like, what the hell? What the hell? Literally, I was listening to the worst sort of music ever. Music that just was not glorifying God. And guys, I still listen to secular music, but when I say I have toned it down, and my ears would rather listen to like praise or Christian artists anyways, but like I have like my little playlist, which I have literally gone through and refined. Like it's not that long, but it is there. So I'm going to keep it honest with you guys. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, I don't listen to any secular music. No. Because that's me lying to you. 2024, I also realized that I was living my life based off of other people's convictions and like how other people were like being a Christian. TikTok was basically my Bible. I rarely picked up my Bible in 2024. I did, but not as much as I have in 2025. And that really affected my relationship with Christ, because I'm looking at what other people are doing and I'm getting overwhelmed and I'm just like, God, this is too much. And God just kept reminding me, you need to seek me. It says, seek first the kingdom of God and all of its righteousness, and everything else will be added onto you. That isn't just there for the sake of it. Like literally, when I took a social media break and I literally sought the face of God for myself, that is when there was true transformation. Guys, I'm not going to sit out here and be like, I was outside and I was this and I was that, but I was defo man obsessed. I defo hated myself. I defo had low self-esteem. I definitely was a people pleaser. I had a victim mentality. Everybody was against me. I could never be happy. I self-sabotaged. I was an overthinker to the max. I was literally someone, and I'm still working on it now. I needed to know the start, middle, and end of a situation, and I had to control every single stage of a process. And now I've learned to just see that this is the situation and give it to God. But anyways, I digress. 2024, we end the year. I ended it. I had the worst relationship with my mum. Like when I say me and my mum had the biggest bust up, it was horrible. Like the end of 2024 was horrible. And even 2025, I remember I went to church with her and I did not speak to her. Like I went to church with my mother and I did not speak to her. Mind you, at this point, I was still going to Catholic church. And I just didn't connect with the Catholic Church anymore. I found it very boring, very repetitive. It just didn't speak to me anymore. And there were certain practices that I just felt like, why am I doing this? For example, the Hail Mary, I stopped saying it because I just don't understand why I had to pray to Mary when I could just pray to God, you know, like I can just go to God. I don't need to pray to. So I stopped doing that and I stopped going to church. Beginning of 2025, it was all right. Like life was cool. I was still a bit like lost. I didn't really know who I was. I knew that I wanted to create a YouTube channel, but I had been sat on the idea for literally ages because I was so scared. Guys, I may come across like this confident person, but it's taken me a while to get to this point. Like I had such bad anxiety and social anxiety, and I still sort of deal with it now. Like I don't like to pick up my camera. You can definitely see in my vlogs, like if the camera is really low, it's because I'm scared. But I am learning to just let go and just do it because I know that God has called me to have this channel and I need to orchestrate it with confidence. But anyways, I had a lot of people helping me in 2025, and I also had a lot of people not helping me in 2025. I had to step back from a lot of friendships, a lot of situations I was putting myself in. I realized that not a lot of people really were supporting me. Not a lot of people were really helping me. I lost people, I'll be honest, and losing friends and friendship groups and things like that is quite difficult, especially if they don't even know that you've taken a step back. But that really helped. I also really hated my job. Guys, I went through it at my last job. I hated it so much. And it's not the job in itself. Well, it kind of was, but it was the job, it was the environment. But I made such amazing friends and I'm still friends with them now. Like big up those guys because they helped me so much on my content journey, on my walk with Christ, just in general. They helped a lot. So I'm really grateful for them, and they are literally part of my testimony. So I went through a disciplinary at work. Yeah, it was a hot mess. And I know in 2024, God told me to leave my job. And I disobeyed because I had a company car and I did not want to let go of my company car. Y'all, I had a 2024 Audi A1 with Sonos speakers. I was not trying to let her go. Like I was not trying to let that car go because I saw my value in my possessions. Whereas now I know that my value is rooted in who I am in Christ. So you can take away the car, you can take away the camera, you can take away the lights and everything. As long as my foundation is God, I don't care what you take away. So I went through it at that job, went through a whole disciplinary. I didn't want to create content. I didn't have a car. I basically didn't have a job. And guys, when I say in a matter of 2 to 3 weeks, God showed up. In those 2 to 3 weeks, he blessed me with a 2023 car, the car that I have now. He blessed me with that car. When I shouldn't have had the car, he made ways for me to have that car. And I thank him for that every single day. So I got a new car, and then a week later, I got a new job. Guys, and this job is different in comparison to what I was doing before, but this is gonna set me up for my future. Like, this is so much better. This, I know, is where in this specific moment in time I should be. So I've said all of that to say, if I didn't form my relationship with God before I took on the job and decided to leave my job, because I wasn't fired, I left my old job, I would not have known what I was doing. So you're probably thinking, girl, so you've said a multitude of different things. What's the point? The point is, this specific channel should have been started ages ago, and I didn't start it out of fear and anxiety. And we do not operate under the spirit of fear. Like, we don't. As Christians, we do not operate under the spirit of fear. I cannot say it enough. And God has truly transformed my life. He blessed me with a new church. Guys, I told you that I disconnected with the Catholic Church. Me and my mum butted heads a lot. I stopped going to that church. And then I found a church in Coventry. I had gone to it for the first time in 2024. And it was beautiful. Like, when I say, it's literally in the highlights of my Instagram, like, it was the Christmas carol service that they did. The worship was beautiful, like astonishing. And I said, nope, this is where I need to be. And I was umming and ahhing, like I was trying to find other churches. I was going to go to a church in Leicester. And my homegirl was like, girl, just like, this is your church. So I decided to find my church, CLM Church in Coventry. Beautiful, amazing. But if I, again, did not root myself in Christ before then for myself, none of these things would happen. I wouldn't have been baptized. I wouldn't have found a church. I wouldn't have amazing people in my life. Like, guys, when I say I have such amazing people surrounding me, I cannot explain the feeling. I am learning to let go of things and stop being a perfectionist, because I don't need to be perfect. I need to try, but I don't need to be perfect. So with this channel, I don't want to ever make it seem as if, you know, I'm perfect and I get it right all the time, because guys, I'm learning. I literally have a video on here and the screen looks all weird. I've defo uploaded and the audio's off. And it's because everything is a process. And they said this in church 2 weeks ago. One of the things that God does is he will open his hand to you with a blessing, but one finger at a time, so that each finger, there's like a new level of gratitude that you take from him. God has transformed my life. I literally was a depressed 21-year-old in uni in Nottingham on a toilet, not knowing what the heck is going on with my life. And now I am the happiest I have ever been, because I surrendered my life to him. And if I want anyone to take anything from this channel, is that God has transformed my life and is continuing to transform my life. I want to be that person that intercedes on your behalf and allows you to see what a life with Christ looks like, a realistic life with Christ, because I'm not this perfect person that has a perfect morning routine and doesn't complain and doesn't get angry. Guys, that's not the truth. And I would hate to come on here, this platform, and make it seem as if I'm this person that I'm not, when that's far from the truth. I'm still learning. I'm still learning to cut things off. I'm still learning to take each day at a time. Guys, praying and fasting is, if you would have told me a year ago that I would be praying and fasting, I would have looked at you dead in the face and been like, who, me? No, me? I would have laughed at you. But guys, praying and fasting truly changed the game for me. Like, it really did. Going to Christian events, warehouse worship. Oh my goodness. Guys, I was someone that went to Catholic church, right? as I said before. And Catholic Church is very much an hour, maybe an hour and a half. You know what it's going to look like from start to finish. Like, you know what you're going to be getting. So I was someone that after an hour, like, I would low-key get bored and I'd be like, it's like, I'm over this, because I had that routine in my mind, right? So that was why I didn't want to start going to a Pentecostal church. But when I went to warehouse worship, I think it was like from 6 to 10. So that's 4 hours, right? And I was a little bit scared, I'll be honest, because I was thinking, God, like, I don't know how to be in your presence for longer than an hour. And even when I'm in your presence for that hour, I don't really feel connected to you. When I say that was the 4 most amazing hours of my life, just in God's presence, surrounded by people who love God. I wish I could explain it. You just have to be there. Next year, I don't want to hear no excuses from no one. All of my people will be at warehouse worship. It was amazing. I feel like I should be in upper room right now. I didn't even try to get tickets, y'all. Like, I did not even try. But next year, I'm going to be there. I just want you guys to know, I am Seyi. This is my channel, but God is my creator. God is the person that blessed me with this camera, because he blessed me with the individual that's investing into me. God is the author and creator of everything that I do, and I know his hand is over this YouTube channel. I don't care if I only reach 1,000 subscribers and we never get any further than that. I don't care if my videos never go past 50 views. If my videos are touching someone and I know God is winning another soul over, I've done my job. Like, I have truly done my job. I want to show you guys my personality. I want to show you guys, who I am, be cute, be funny, whatever. But I am nothing without God. So if you think that this channel is going to be leading y'all to sin, you can think again. You can think again. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to come on here and just tell you guys who I am. I'm a daughter of the Lord Most High, and I love God with every inch of my heart. He is the reason I am breathing. He's the reason that you that is watching this is also breathing. So if this is your first time seeing me, please subscribe, join the family. We have a lot of fun over here, and I want to start doing more sit down videos and talking to you guys. Like, ask me questions in the comments. Like, I really want to do another Q&A because I really enjoyed doing that. But I don't want to ramble on for too long, because this is already quite a long video and I don't want it to be too long. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really like sharing and being open with you guys. Like, I want to be that YouTuber that is like a comfort YouTuber that we can literally just sit and chop it up. Obviously not too much, but I do want you guys to be very much involved in my life, because I am a living, breathing, walking testimony of God's goodness. Therefore, I have to share everything that goes on in my life. Well, most things that goes on in my life, talking too much is a sin. So I'm learning the balance. But if you guys like this video, make sure you like it, subscribe, comment, share this video with your friends, with your family, put it in the family WhatsApp GC. Let's expand the family, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.